know, it's the homie Kynard knows, man. And look, this topic for the week, Kynard knows y'all need to get the paperwork straight. Anybody that's out here doing any kind of business, I don't care if you're an artist, I don't care if you do hair, I don't care if you're a model, I don't care if you're a manager. If you are an entrepreneur, please have your paperwork in order, okay?
Yes, sir.
Taylor Swift just came out talking about the AMAs wanted to honor her with some of her old catalog, and Scooter Braun is now in charge of her old catalog, the first 6 albums. She's saying that they're preventing her from performing this at the AMAs because they own the music. And I think that it's important to speak to just making sure you get your contracts right, people. You got to get your paperwork right. Now, most people don't know she signed a 15-year deal. What? Right? 15. A 15-year contract, I think, with Big Dream Records.
So that means when she was like 14.
When she was, I don't know how old she is. I mean, clearly her lawyer.
Yeah, she was like 30.
Right. But look, the thing is the record label, did the record label not make her? Yeah, and at that time, you had to sign over your masters. She probably didn't have the leverage, right, at that time to even own her masters, right? Yeah, and so you have to sign off on certain things at that point in a career, but it just goes to show even people like Taylor Swift, if the paperwork isn't handled correctly, can be put in a bind where you don't have ownership. Yeah. And the guy that owns it, Scooter, like they have an adversarial relationship. Think 50 Cent and like Ja Rule. And then like if 50 Cent bought Ja Rule's catalog, he would own those masters.
Michael Jackson did that too for a lot of people on his own label.
Yes, exactly. I want to say, I don't know if that was the case that she was too young to own her masters because Bow Wow owned his masters when he started making music at 8 years old. 10 years old and stuff. So
But the thing is that Bow Wow have leverage, right? Bow Wow was performing before he got linked up with Snoop. Before he went to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And
but Master P is also, he gives you a lot of game.
Master P has been known for giving the game, right? You hear the stories about him and Snoop, telling Snoop to pick out a house, telling him how to get this money. I think more importantly, who you do sign with, you got to make sure that person has your best interest at heart. But even if they do, you still got to get your paperwork right. Yeah. And for me, I talk about leverage more than anything. If you've created something on your own, you've created a following on your own, and you're getting money on your own as an independent, then you have control over whether or not you sign over a portion of what you're doing. Mm-hmm. For me as an independent, I like artists to be aware of the business. And you should know things like Taylor Swift being hemmed up for her first 6 albums, man. This girl is a superstar. Same with Kanye West, right? He just bought his catalog back. So you have to understand what you're sacrificing, but I do think it's kind of bold they're not letting her play her old music.
Yes, at that award
show. At the AMAs, yeah. They honor her.
And the fact that she's performed multiple times in the AMAs, but like performing those past albums, those big songs, and what you can't even do it again. But they have past footage. Like what?
Well, but in my opinion, because her time is up. But it just sucks that little nuances in the contract fucks up this moment right here. Yeah. But there's been plenty of other moments just like this. But because of those little nuances in that contract, it fucks up this moment. Right
But
I'm
like,
what's really stopping her from just going up and singing?
A lawsuit?
A lot of money.
A lawsuit? That's what people do.
My thing is that they're stopping her. If they own it, that means every time she sings, they get a cut. So no. Like they said that if she can't play, she can't get any money off of it anymore, and the only way to do that. Okay, what he said was, if she wants to have her albums back, she has to make another album with them, and then they'll give her that one album back.
That sounds exactly like a record label.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So in the end, right? I mean, if you think about it, you said something. What about the art?
Yeah.
Look, man, this is the music industry. This ain't music art. It's music industry. When you in the music industry and you in the industry to make money, please get your paperwork right. That's what it comes down to, and you cannot be afraid. I've seen so many people be afraid to lose opportunities because they didn't want to get their paperwork right. Oh, they're going to do this without. But if you get your paperwork and you have your leverage, then things like this don't happen, right? And that's really what it comes down to. People should be learning from this. You don't want to be an artist that's signed to a label. Like, everybody thinks it's cool, sign me, sign me. If they sign you and they invest in you, then they own you.
And you didn't read the contract, you don't even know what they're entitled to.
And just to piggyback off of like what you said, like, yeah, definitely it's about the art and everything like that. But once you make the decision that you are in the business to make money off of your art, it's business. It's business. It's nothing personal. It's business, and that's just what it is. Like, a lot of people don't understand. The music industry is definitely like 90 in the industry. Once you get there, 90% business. 10% art and fields.
Well, the other side is that they have mutual friends, and this is a very, very important aspect. They know some of the same people, and Scooter has built careers for Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, right? And so this person has had a positive influence. It feels like it's personal, right? She knows him. I think at one time he wanted to work with her, and she wasn't open to that, and now she feels like he's trying to get back at her, right? And that's the personal side, but once again, this is business. And if you are going into this and making money and people are profiting, don't be no friends in this. The friend is your paperwork. Yeah. What does your paper say? If the papers say that they own your masters, it's what the papers say, unless you can negotiate a buyout.
Mm-hmm. What I always tell you, TJ, you ain't got no friends. Mm-hmm. In the business, no friends, no business.
Definitely.
Well, all that being,
she said no, not even you. No.
Yeah, I tell TJ all the time, especially when it comes to music and industry and business, and she's hosting and modeling, everything like that. No friends, none. If your only friend is the contract, that's it. Not me, not Carlos. None of us are your friends.
And I wouldn't even say that it's not friends.
It's me.
You have a clique of people that you are down with, that you ride with, right?
I know Carlos.
And those are the people that support you when you support them. But the other individuals that are outside of that movement, like you have to know who really down for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard, what's the young brother, Tory Lanez say, like, if it's a peer, somebody I rock with, then I ain't charging you. But like, if it's something where you trying to capitalize off of what my leverage is, homie, you gotta pay me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be able to leverage my situation for your gain without compensation. Exactly. You know, and that's really where it's not a friend thing. You'll see somebody come up and they not working, and they'll try and become homies with you just for a free feature, then you don't see them no more. Now, we ain't talking about that. Like, if you ain't been around for a while, homie, it's compensation. Yeah. And then we gotta get the paperwork right.
I was like, what the hell?
So
I really felt that right here. I was like, is that my inner emotions?
All right. Well, but most people don't get it right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times in this game, if people are not being mutually beneficial, like if I go to work with an artist and I'm trying to cross, and I think he got a good vibe, and I think, he can cross into what I'm doing, and we at the same place, and we like what each other do, then we can have a conversation. Yes, but I like one of my first features was King Kali in San Antonio. This dude.
Shout out to King Kali.
Shout out to King Kali. Oh yeah, congrats to the homie, man. Yeah, congrats to King Kali. So when I first got in the game, I'm a relative nobody. King Kali had been holding San Antonio down since I've been in Texas. Like, that was one of the first people I was put on to. So when I came in, I said, look, man, I'd like to get a feature. He said, cool, this is what it's going to be. I was trying to leverage the situation. Don't nobody know me in Texas. Don't nobody know me in San Antonio. If I get on a track with somebody in San Antonio, then I have to compensate for his services. That's what it's about. But if we on the same level, then at that point, y'all peers and y'all decide, look, let's put on for each other and open up. That's what people have to understand about this business.
When everything's just when you guys just meet and vibe on the same.
And it's a lot of that if you work.
Yeah, if you work.
If you work,
like,
people notice that you work.
Like he has a good work ethic.
Yeah.
I have a good work ethic. We're just vibing. We're gonna make something special.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's it. That's the end of it.
That's it.
But then, like you said, you come across those people it's like, hey man, I see what you do. I see you on the ground.
Yeah. 60 an hour.
Hey, so my Cash App is. Yes. You know what I'm saying? My Venmo work like.
You can hit my manager for that.
You see my gram?
Right.
You see my Cash App?
Contact my manager at.
It's in my bio. The blue check mark at the top right.
Y'all be getting that a lot, Carlos? Yeah. Like with Tribe and stuff? A lot of people just trying to get features and everything. Like, yo, Tribe, man. Feature me.
But, and that's
everyone just has to go to Kaya.
Yeah, they all have
that's the manager.
That's trying to put me on.
That's what he said. Oh yeah, hey, we need to get that word. I'm like, well, you gotta the PRK at first. So
yeah.
After that, I can't really say nothing else to you.
But there's still a lot of people like there'll be a lot of people out there like, oh, okay, and I'll be like, okay, well, feature prices for Tribe Mafia this, and they'll be like, oh, well, I was thinking we could collab and we could share exposure. I go to look at their Instagram, 52 followers, your music's all on SoundCloud, you don't have any distribution. Oh, you made a 20-track album 2 years ago?
Yeah, no, homie. But at that point, you're trying to leverage my name, right? Yeah. And I have traction and momentum. And at that point, youngster, whoever you are, you gotta pay the fee. And that's the only way to get down. I like that as artists, when you get to that point, you got a buffer. Like, look, I can't even chop it with you on that, dog. You got to talk to somebody else.
You have to.
Because then that allows you as an artist to maintain the relationship. Like, look, it's not a personal situation. I have a manager or PR for a reason. Yeah. At that point, like, let your money do the talking. And I would encourage y'all, man. Y'all spend so much money on y'all videos and y'all gear. Invest in, getting you a dope feature and doing a track, man. Because that's how you grow. I came into the game, that was the first thing, like, let me go in here and give me a feature real quick. And I tried to pick somebody that, was like, oh, he moving. They know who he is. Yeah. And I paid the fee. Like, I was like, no, I get it. I understand what the business was.
A lot of people are not level-headed. They take it as disrespect. So I'm like, because you kill a person, you don't like me because you want to make me pay. I'm like, no, nigga, it's just the only way I eat. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I phrase it, too. Yeah. So when they send people to me, I'm like, oh, and of course, sometimes we'll have people like, they'll try to go to Tribe, like if they see, like Roxton, if they see him in person, and they'll be like, oh, hey, like I talked to Kay online, but I want to talk to you in person, and I was wondering if, and he'll still be like, I can't do anything. You gotta talk to Kay, and I'm like, yeah, it's still gonna be X amount for the feature.
Well, no, that's their job, though. Look, but
I phrase it, and I'll be like, well, this is the bread and butter, this is how they eat, and on top of that, they have me for a reason, they need to employ me. Yeah. So unfortunately, you can't not.
But once again, I think that's a situation of how you weed out the individuals that are serious and those that aren't. So for me, I look at it and I'm just like, I don't have the time to waste. Like if I tell you it's $500 for a feature, that means I'm busy, homie.
And if they really
I'm not gonna lie, I have had some people ask me to do projects that I respected that I just couldn't get to because I had other things going on. Yeah, and when they hit me like, yo, why you ain't get with me, and it's like I was trying to do it as a favor, but homie, that you like to get priority, that come with ducats. Yeah. Ducats means that I set stuff aside and you become the focus of the project, or whatever we trying to do. And so
that takes a little money.
I mean, but it takes money. Yeah. I can respect a person once again and say, look, I got $100. This is what I got. What can we do? And I'll be honest, I'll respect you way further if you came with something and didn't just insult the intelligence of saying, oh, but big homie, I'm good for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to put a project together, you get what you pay for.